to my channel. My name is Sadie Lake, and I am a conscious channel, which basically means that I connect with higher divine energies of various frequencies, and I bring through messages, responses to questions that are asked, and sometimes a lot more than that. But the conscious part of it means that I'm still engaging. They bring through the information multidimensionally a lot of the time. So sometimes I just get sensations, feelings, images, and then sometimes they actually connect in a way that I just let them speak the vibration there, kind of using my mental context as the filter that they kind of use as the platform that they can access information that can be communicated through. So, this particular message today is an interesting one. The question was, who are our guides? What are our guides? Our guardian angels, those beings on the other side of the veil that are dedicated to us, who are assisting us in our path. And the harmonics, I call them that because I perceive them kind of spiritually in as if I'm tuning into different bandwidths of divine energy. And so sometimes the messages come through. There are healing energies, colors, frequencies, angelic kinds of frequencies, and sometimes it's more informational and educational, and that's what this one is today. But they do speak about kind of at our root how we are just energy, and when we distill it down to that, how that energy works on its kind of base level, and how we draw to us our experiences and the guides that are on the other side that are here to help us. So it's pretty interesting. But before we get to that, I wanted to tell you about a fun new thing that I'm launching as of today. It's the Lionsgate today. It's August 8th. And I'm launching my new community platform called the new Sangreal. Sangreal basically just means Holy Grail. And in this context, it means our sacred container. And it's kind of a forum, a place where community can be found between healers and seekers alike. You can go and find recommendations and resources, other YouTube videos, healers, practitioners, websites, what have you, just in this general spirituality context. So it's almost like, a social media board, but it's just for spirituality stuff. And it's a place where we hope that you can come and be yourself and be as crazy or weird as you are, with respect to everyone else, obviously. But I'd love to have you join us if it's something that would be interesting to you. There's the free membership is the community version. It's basically where there's just forums for discussion and such. And then there's also a practitioner level that I'm offering a 6-month free subscription to get on there, and you can use that as a platform to launch, to hold meetings, to launch your projects, and to share your stuff or what you have going on, and just reach a wider network of people. So I'll put those links below. You can check it out if you want to join. Again, it's brand new, so keep in mind that because it's brand new at this point, it hasn't really been populated yet other than just by me. So I hope you'll contribute, come in, share your stories, ask some questions, and get some discussions going. I'd really love to have you there. So without more ado, I'll segue over to the channeling for today. I hope you enjoy it. Give it a like, or maybe subscribe if you want to see more videos like these. And I look forward to maybe connecting with you in the future. Thanks. We will begin by first discussing a profundity which is simultaneously exceptionally simple. We must say, dear ones, that all is energy. All that is and has ever been, all that is yet to become, is all just frequency and energy. And in your reality, in what you have come to know as your home and your bodies, these are ways that energies that have gathered and condensed enough to have a coherence that can be recognized as a certain thing, play together, those in a conscious way. You might imagine two moving fields of side-by-side energy. and they come close and they mesh and play together. And because of this entanglement that has occurred, there is a part of them that will never be separated, even when they bring their energy back, as there is a remnant signature within each of the other. And this is how worlds evolve and worlds develop, universes, galaxies. And what you come to see with your eyes as a human through your own lens is the ways in which frequency has been interpreted through the awareness, the mind, and agreed upon across energies. And it is this agreement between one energy and the next on what something is and its representation that allows the mind to see it. And even though it is indeed still only frequency, the agreement on what that frequency is what allows you to see what you've decided it is: a tree, a car, a mountain, for example. The vibration of mountain is the vibration of mountain, so that all who witness it have agreed that that vibration equals that which you see. This is a simplistic way. It is a base, a platform with which we yet move on to explain your question regarding guides. Because, dear one, if all is frequency, if all is energy and movement, and we have said before, you as a soul are a confluence of the experiences and energies distilled down to, yes, only vibration. And we have spoken to the releasing of the boundaries, the releasing of the agreements between beings, so that what is within the coherence of your soul as resonance within, separate from these boundaries that had previously kept your parts and pieces of your soul segregated from one another, as they have come into this cauldron of self you call your soul. These coherent reservoirs of energy that you are have played with other energies throughout what you might imagine an infinite now, ways that you have moved and co-created. And again, you may see yourself as this cauldron of frequencies, but imagine that even though we are indicated there is no spatial reference for the simplicity of the explanation, imagine that there is a bubble of a certain frequency here, and you have correlated with this other energy far away in another now. And the correlative engagement, the way that those two energies played together, resonated, and now are no longer able to be severed from one another, that creates a co-resonance where their previous entanglement together left an imprint, you might say. So understand yourselves in these now moments and the infinite expressions of Source in the ways that Source has come to know itself through creating separated pieces of itself that are indeed still one with the all, who have then entangled and played together. And in its multitudinous, ever moving, ever ending, never ending ways that Source has experienced itself in expression, vibration, matter, in all these multitudinous different ways of expression, in these ways that the energy of Source has come to know itself. These different entanglements allow resonance from within you, so that the cauldron of what you now are and everything you have ever experienced in any expression as you, meaning that anything that is co-resonant with what is now in this particular cauldron is resonating in what could be identified as the you, the one who is speaking now. But in the ways that you have played with other energies, experiences that you are now creating, the frequencies that you are bringing together and co-creating and manifesting new are drawing to you co-resonant energies from what you have mingled with before. It is now, this is the way that your guides work. Before you embody, this soul that is you has endeavored to allow part of its expression to be having this experience. And in such, that part of your soul's expression has co-resonance with other fields. And those other fields might feel called to support you because they are able to tune into the intentions, the pathways, the highest alignment that you are inviting for your experience is like a beacon, a clarion call, and it brings to you those energies that are in the highest support of which you wish to create. And this is inherently how the energy of a guide comes into your being. You are resonating, you have intention, your intention is a clarion call, and it is received in the field of energy by those who have a frequency that would align with a calling from within them, a sense of a resonance to a service, an alignment to their own service that matches the frequency with your intention of what you would like to experience. And it draws these energies to you in support of you in this way. And you might say there is a contract. We will not get into the specifics of how contracts work on the non-physical levels. We will simply speak to the energy of resonance, as at their root, this is what has been arranged. There is a co-resonance, a beacon, a match, and a drawing to. And indeed, dear one, when you endeavored into this life, you set your highest intentions, and it is as a beacon goes out and draws to you that which will bring to fruition, allow the opportunities to manifest for you, to actualize, to align to, and to become everything that you have intended for your experience here in this now that you are experiencing yourself in, as, and through. So the specificity of what form that guide may take is we are unable to articulate this for you in this now because it is infinite. There are certain being types, certain resonances of energy that this is their primary role, you might say. These are the ones who are primary guides for souls. There is a community of energies that serve in this way. But it is not to say that these are the only availability that a soul may have as a guide. Some may be angelic, some may be ancestral, some may be solar bodies, infinite energies, some may be color frequencies. There are many expressions that a soul may draw to them in support of their path based on what it is their intended experiences are that they're calling to their path so that they may experience, articulate, live as, be with, become. So as for your guides and your intention to open yourself as a channel of divine energies, frequencies, it is in some ways comical to us in this now, for because this feels in your reality something unique, something special, something that is not widely available, there is a high service for those beings who are assisting you in this way. But know, dear ones, that this is as you would tend to a seedling in a tray before it is moved to the garden. It is looked over, it is tended to every day, it is watched on the windowsill. However, once you have expanded in your garden, blossomed and grown, you will come to realize in your new now that is not your current now, when the energies that have been seeded and tended are propagated and grown, that the new now that will occur in a different now from now, this will become commonplace. You will require less guidance because you will have a higher perception of your own access. And these beings will be less there to instruct and guide and support you, as they will just be available as a co-creative option, something that is ever available to you in your allness, in your access to your source energy and all that is contained there. For as the veil thins, as your sense of separation recedes, and as you come to know yourself in oneness with other beings, the earth, the infinite fields and realms of varying dimensions and layers of energy, as you release the separative layering between these parts and pieces of yourself and come to know yourself as whole, there will be less a sense of a guide for a role, as more partnership and play and receiving and blessing and offering and calling. It is a co-creative reality that begins to evolve once you move past the requirement for the guidance. You require the guidance and being led when you cannot see and find your own way. When the light is turned on from within you and you come to know what you know in a different and more elevated and expansive way, you do not require some other energy to guide or lead you, but you will be grateful for the companionship, the resonance, the infinite ways that other expressions of the same source that you are comes to mingle and play with you. We hope this explanation has sufficed, dear one. We thank you for the question.